All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the May 6th, 2021 Town Board meeting. Would everyone please rise to recite the Pledge of Allegiance, and then please stand for a moment of silence. Earlier today, for individuals involved in the Rigby Middle School shooting in Idaho. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Before we begin our regular order of business, I'd like to start off tonight a little different. We have an announcement that the town board would like to make. We have a very special award that was given to a person here for a well-deserved effort for this past year. And we would like to, as a board, begin to acknowledge Desiree Potvin for 2021 Miss New York State Clerk of the Year. Councilman Hunter.
Hello, Desiree.
Hi, Bob.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Listen, you are certainly deserving of that award. You are the person that we all rely on. You know, I mean, your depth of knowledge about town code, laws, everything like that is just amazing. And I thank you for your hard work and your fairness in treating everyone the way you do. Also, of course, you have the added bonus of trying to keep us all in line. But we appreciate it, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Desiree. So I have to say, Desiree, that since coming into office, you have been such a resource for me, a support. You've provided so much information to me. It's just kind of like a constant in the storm of everything that goes on. And I appreciate the hard work. I have watched you. And, you know, day in and day out with how meticulous you are and just how serious you've always taken your position as a town clerk. And it makes me proud that you represent Woodbury the way that you have represented us with just so much pride. And so we honor you and we congratulate you today. So thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank you, Desiree, for your vast knowledge and really keeping us in the line and telling us when things are right and when they're wrong, especially. And I know this award is for more than just this year, last year, for their many, many years of service to our town and to the state for all you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Desiree, from me, I just want you to know that I've known you for so many years, and you're such a special lady to my whole family, and you were so great all those years. And I know that there's someone looking down here that's very, very proud and wishes he was here to be with you. So congratulations.
Thank you.
If we can all get up as a board, we'll come over and maybe we'll get a picture.
Sure.
There we go.
Wish I wore a different mask. Can we take our masks off?
Yes.
Wear a different one then. Jerry, am I in the way of the camera?
No. Well, yeah, now you are.
No, I am.
Yeah.
Am I all right?
No, you're good.
Desiree,
Yeah.
smile.
I know.
Everyone. Come on, close up. You want close up? That's the way I am. Okay, get a little closer. No COVID or anything.
Excuse me?
No COVID.
My guess is on the back.
Vaccines are all vaccinated.
Excuse me? Sideways? Want me to do sideways?
We're good.
I'm sorry, I was typing. One more. Everyone? Boom, done.
Where's Ben Meyer? Oh, thanks.
I have a Desiree pen.
Oh, you have your dinner? Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, so I also want to say that the reason why I'm chairing the meeting tonight is Supervisor Frank Palermo. Just a few days ago or so, he was feeling some discomfort. He took immediate action for himself, and he came back yesterday that he's doing fine. He's just home resting, and we'll see him back quickly. So with that said, I'm going to start with public input. We're going to start row by row, and if you would like to speak, please come up to the microphone over by Desiree and state your name first. Second row. Behind. Good.
My name is Brandon. I want to thank everybody for the support for the First Responders Day. We've been working very hard on it. I just want to remind everybody that it's June 12th with the rain date of June 19th. The actual event is 11 to 5 with the 5K registration starting at 8 a.m. and the race starting at 9 a.m. So I hope you got your formal invitations, but I just want to make sure about that, and we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great day, praying for good weather, and just want to say thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. Anyone else in that room? Okay. Anyone behind? No? Anyone else? Okay. Oh, sorry.
Can we get Pharrell wipes instead of voice? Denise Thickman, Highland Mills. I just have a quick question. Well, first, congratulations, Desiree. I know over the years I've had questions and you've always been very helpful. Can the agenda for the town board meetings be posted earlier? Because sometimes people see it the last minute, and now that you're having in-person meetings, it's hard for people to maybe come if they're going back to work. And then another request is, can we possibly do concurrent virtual meetings and in-person and use the equipment we have here?
No, we have discussed that. What's that?
No, I don't want to discuss that.
It is for discussion right now with us as a board. We're going to see how this goes this month, and then if we feel that we should go back to using the virtual component, we will. There is a discussion to move back down to the town hall. So if we are back down there, I believe because of the size of the room, we are going to go back with the virtual component.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Because some residents, it was very helpful, or coming up at night. So, all right, thank you.
Hi, Desiree. Maria, don't do this. I just want to say congratulations, well deserved. You've been my mentor. Don't cry. Everything that I know and I do in the town of Woodbury, I do it right because of you. And whenever I go to certain meetings or people ask me, where's Desiree? I said, this is the way Desiree would want it. Because I've been trained by the best, and you are the best, and you are my best friend.
Thank you.
Oh, go ahead.
Anyone else? We're good? Okay, thank you. Now we'll go on to administrative business. Can I have a motion and a second to accept receipt of the minutes of the meeting held on April 15, 2021? Tyler? Second?
I'll second it.
I'll abstain.
Councilman Hunter and Councilwoman Hernandez abstained, she was absent. Okay. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay, motion passed, okay. Approval of abstract. Clerk Poppin, can you please read abstract number 9?
Yes. Abstract number 9 contains vouchers 210532 through 210640 and totals $379,714.59.
Can I have a motion and a second to approve abstract number 9 as read?
I'll make the motion.
All right. Tyler seconds. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. Approval of budget modifications. Clerk Poppin, could you please read the budget modification prepared for this evening?
Yes, there are 3 this evening. The first 2 are for the 2021 budget. The first is for the animal control by increasing A599 appropriated fund balance by $658 and increasing A3510.466 expenditure of donations by $658. Capital projects by decreasing HJB 7110.413 general contractor by $321,395. Increasing HJB 9710.603, JPB pool serial bond principal by $275,000, HJB 9710.703, JPB pool serial bonds interest by $46,395, and 1 modification to the 2020 budget for capital projects by increasing HJB 5710 serial bonds by $4,950,000, HJB 1990.400 contingency by $567,800, HJB 7110.412 reclamation by $25,000, HJB 7110.413 general contractor by $4,167,700, HJB 7110.414 legal bonding by $39,500, HJB 7110.415 engineer inspections by $150,000.
Thank you. I'll make the motion, and can I get a second to approve those budget modifications?
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I just in reference to the increases, I just lost it. Just in reference to the increases, the 4.9 million, is what we had on for the contingency money, that's additional?
Shouldn't one be decreased?
I was just reading as it was prepared by the,
They shouldn't all be increased, right? They don't usually
Yeah.
balance out?
well, if one's a revenue that's being increased and the other ones are,
Oh, okay.
so then yes, it would be fine, because it would match. If you're raising the revenue and then raising it to the expense to match.
You're increasing the revenue and then you're also
Yes.
increasing the expenses.
Right, the
Okay.
first one is the 4.9 million
Yeah.
is the revenue,
Right.
and then the rest are expenses that are being recognized to match the revenue.
Okay.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
That's the first time we've had
Yeah,
them all increases.
exactly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, passed. Okay, new business. First one up that I have is Supervisor Palermo is in discussions with County Executive Stephen Newhouse to have Woodbury host a distribution center for the COVID-19 vaccine. They are working on the details, and more information will be available as plans are being finalized. He had a discussion, I was part of it with him, he met with, spoke with Stephen Newhouse, and he, at the supervisor's meeting that he has, Newhouse, he just wanted to see if there's any areas that would be available that he could use. They have a number of vaccines available, and they want to get them out. So as soon as that becomes the time and dates and the location, then we'll let the public know. The next item I have is a resolution has been provided to retain an appraiser for the town. Clerk Potvin, can you please read the resolution?
So the title of the resolution is authorizing the town supervisor to contract with Sterling Appraisals, Inc. as appraisers for the town of Woodbury tax certiorari cases. Resolved, the town board authorizes the town supervisor to execute a retainer agreement with Sterling Appraisals, Inc. to provide consulting expertise for the town as may be requested from time to time with respect to tax certiorari cases. Yeah, at a rate of $185 an hour.
And just so the board is
Do
aware,
you want to explain that, Joe?
and just so the board is aware, or to remind you, Bob Sterling was an expert that we previously used in one of our large tax certiorari cases. I can tell you from personal experience, he's exceptionally knowledgeable. He provides a good work product for the town, and he's very easy to work with. So, of course, when these large or somewhat intricate tax certiorari cases come about, you know, it's an area of special expertise that we all need help with, and I'm very confident. I would be very appreciative if the board would approve it, make my job a lot easier, and I think it's going to result in a great benefit to the town.
Yep, no, with all of that, are we all in favor?
I just have a question.
Okay.
Do we need to put a cap on the spending?
Councilman Hunter, the intention here, this is not with respect to any particular case. I expect to be working with the appraiser on an hourly basis. So if I need some assistance with any particular matter, I wouldn't imagine that it would be more than, you know, an hour or two from time to time. There are one or two larger cases. As I discuss those with the appraiser, if there are going to be any significant expense, I'll come back to the town board and let you know, and we can talk about maybe setting a cap or coming to an agreement as to the amount for any particular case. But other than that, my intention right now is just to work with the appraiser from time to time, an hour here, an hour there, to help us process and litigate the tax or cases.
Okay, that's fair enough.
No, you can go with discussion first.
Joe, is this in reference to the conversations we've been having about the assessor with regards to properties in Woodbury that are being challenged, or is this just in reference to anything related to the town?
Well, it would be in connection with any of the pending tax certiorari matters. I don't expect, you know, if it's a single family home somewhere or one commercial business, I don't expect necessarily that we'll need to use his expertise. But there are still several large, detailed matters where his expertise would be required. And I think, as I explained in the resolution, you know, the board, collectively, my firm and the board has kind of agreed that we need to try to close out these so they don't linger forever. That's part of what I think the appraiser will assist us with. And if he's working on an hourly basis and the assessor needs help, I think it would make sense that the assessor could call, or the
Yes.
three of us get on and have a call. But again, I only expect it to be from time to time, an hour to hour. And if there's any particular matter which requires a substantive amount of hours from him, I'll inform the board and we'll come to an agreement on a cap or something as Councilman Hunter indicated.
Thank you.
Anybody have any other questions? All right, all in favor?
Now we gotta make a motion. I'll make a-
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. The next item I have is the Woodbury Smart Climate Community Task Force will be embarking on a composting series in partnership with Cornell Cooperative Extension and the Highland Mills Library. The initial outlay of funds, $1,700, will be reimbursed once community members take part in the town's composting initiative. I know that Councilwoman Hernandez has been working very closely with this, so Jack, why don't you take it?
So, in an effort to begin working on this particular task force for the town of Woodbury, we have formed a task force of volunteers who are looking at various projects that we can do to improve the quality of life in Woodbury, as well as reducing our carbon footprint in the environment. So one of the areas that was dear to my heart has been to look for ways to decrease refuse in our community, and composting, of course, seems to be the natural partnership to that. So we are very excited that we have been hosting a series of educational webinars on Mondays at 7 o'clock. And these webinars are to help the community understand a little more about the benefits of composting, as well as how to compost if you choose to. The containers that we are securing through the county executive's office have been in partnership with other municipalities to obtain these composting pods, and they are at a reduced price, so it's a savings to the community. And the town board has committed to securing these pods in bulk so that we can retain that discounted price so that the community can begin working on this project. Our hope is that if this becomes an ongoing project that community members are interested in, that we can make this part of Refuge and possibly to be able to do it on a larger basis. So that will be, again, on Mondays, we have those webinars, and we're looking to do the final distribution on June 12th. It will be, I believe, from 12 to 4, and it'll be held at the library. I believe the initial kits that were proposed, I think were 50, and I think that the proposal might be decreased to 25 at this time. So even the funding, it might be less than that. We might be using less than that. But it will be purchased by residents, so that will come back to the town. And I believe there's one activity and a fee for 2 webinars. It's $75 each. It was by the speaker. That was the fee of the speaker for hosting it and educating us on composting.
Right. Okay, but for tonight, I want to ask for a motion and a second to approve the expenditure of $1,700 to purchase the compost kits.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, our next item I have, can I have a motion and a second to accept with regrets the resignation of Robert Beckley from the position of groundskeeper? His last day of work was April 15th, 2021. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, passed. Just so everyone knows, Rob has worked for the town of Woodbury since 1998, and I wish him the best in his future endeavors. Next, I have the acceptance of resignation for Angelica Padilla. Can I have a motion and a second? With regrets, the resignation of Angelica Padilla from the position of assessor's clerk. Her last day of work is May 28, 2021.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Anybody have anything?
No, just that she was a very pleasant young lady that worked in the assessor's office for a number of years. We'll be sorry to see her go.
Well, I do have to get Angelica began working for Woodbury as an intern 8 years ago while attending high school. She will be graduating from college this month and will begin her career. And the board, we all wish her the best of luck, and I'm sure her future is very promising. She was terrific. Okay, next item.
Deputy Supervisor Burke?
Yes.
Finally, got to say that. You have to do an all in favor.
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
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 That's
Do we
what,
need to roll
you're still on the ball.
That's right, you were waiting for that.
We were just testing you.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Next item I have is another new item that we've been discussing for a while. The park passes for volunteer EMS. At various meetings we've all been attending, the community discussions have occurred about offering free park passes to active volunteer emergency services workers from the fire department and the ambulance corps. Each entity has historically supported and attended events held at our park facilities, and I do believe the board should consider offering a free annual pass to active members as a show of support for what these volunteer individuals do for the community. With the assistance of both Joe Gianzero and Desiree, we have done an analysis, and it appears less than 40% of all eligible active volunteers currently have a park pass. That means that approximately, well, less than 2,000 we realize is a loss. It wouldn't be much. I think that active should be defined as meeting the annual minimum requirements imposed by each entity. And I'll give an example. The fire department, to remain active, a member needs to meet a minimum of 50 points annually, which is earned by attending drills, responding to calls, attending meetings, and other fire department related events. How does the board feel as far as giving this some consideration tonight, as long as they are active members and they meet the criteria?
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm aware that they didn't see this, so I'm happy that this is being recommended.
All right. So, I'll make the motion, and I need a second to waive the cost of park fees to active members of the fire department and ambulance corps. Please, passes, go ahead, second.
I didn't know you were
Okay.
going to say that.
Passes will need to be renewed annually, and each entity will need to provide a list to the Parks Department by January 31st of each year. So of all individuals that would be eligible to receive the free passes that following summer. Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Desiree seconds. Jackie seconds. Anybody else wanted to add anything, a discussion? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Anybody have anything else in new business they'd like to add? Anybody else? No? New business. You do?
I just wanted to add that the board has agreed to discuss adding additional parcels to our parks area, play area, in honor of the Autism Awareness Month. We felt it was very important to assess our playgrounds, especially since there's been so many community members in search for play areas that were going to meet the needs of children with special needs. And so I'm very excited that the board is committing funds to do this with our Parks Director. And so we will be seeking the advice of the president of the SEPTA program in the Monroe Woodbury School District to provide some insight as to the types of play items that would be beneficial to be all-inclusive for the children in our community. So we're very excited to make that announcement. That's one of our new business items.
Anybody else? No? Okay. Old business. I have for old business, strategy, gym maintenance and service agreement. Last meeting, we, the board, authorized the supervisor to sign an agreement with Strategy. It has been learned that the agreement had a typo that involved a discrepancy in the cost of the maintenance and service. I would like the board to consider rescinding that motion tonight and select from the two proposals that have now been submitted. So I can read both of them. The first one is now for $13,246.24, which includes, there'll be, what I'm gonna read off is 6 components. The first one is parts of warranty, out of warranty, $3,100. 2, site maintenance of network video system, $4,173.12. 3, site maintenance of security system for $4,173.12. And 4, remote support for security system, $600. 5, remote support for network video system, $1,200. And 6, service call. With this option, there's no additional cost for service calls. The second proposal is to keep it what we did last month, 2 weeks ago, which was $7,742.70, which includes all the above, but not the 2 maintenance items, number 2 and 3, for each for $4,173.12. The 2 site maintenance items and has a $2,842.70 cost for service calls. So let me just explain it because I know I missed it. The first one option for $13,000, there'll be no cost, additional cost for service calls. If we stay with what we have and we have service calls, it would be for $2,842 each service call. We need to decide right now which one we want to select. The amount budgeted for the $7,742, that's what we budgeted for this fiscal year. My opinion is, I think after looking at all this, I would suggest we select the $13,000 agreement because it will have the safeguard for all of the maintenance, service, and the infrastructure. I did today speak to the account department. We ran the numbers, and the modification can be done. So I'm going to ask everybody for their opinion now. You want to start, Bob?
I think we should go with the first option, the $13,000 one. We got a complicated system here. A lot of it is exterior too, and subject to the weather and whatnot, vandalism. So it makes sense just to go that way.
That's right. Before you say anything, I did forget to mention that this was just an error. It was an error on the part of the company that when they submitted their proposal, they submitted it 4,000 to 7,000 instead of the 13. It wasn't that, it was an oversight on us, but you know it happens. So now we have it corrected, and that's why we're discussing it tonight.
So I just have a quick question. With the initial proposal, did it include all of the items? Or did they misquote it? Is that, what was the error in this particular one?
The additional work that was installed, the additional work that we have, the different sites that we now have added, it was a tremendous, it was almost double the work.
Okay, so it was because we were missing the new areas that we
Yes.
added, they didn't
Yes.
include those areas, okay. So yeah, I would be in support of that also.
I think we should support the 13,000 and get everything covered. We do have some new stuff coming online, and that's probably what they're after.
A resolution has been provided to rescind the agreement and authorize the signing of a new contract. Clerk Poffin, can you please read the resolution?
I can. The resolution canceling and voiding the contract with Strategen and to authorize the supervisor to execute a revised agreement. Whereas on April 15th, the town board authorized the supervisor to execute an agreement with Strategen Securities to provide service and/or maintenance for the town's security system. And whereas Strategen has advised the town that on April 15th, the proposal contains certain errors. And whereas Strategen and town wish to enter into a revised corrected maintenance service agreement. Now therefore, it is hereby resolved that the town board hereby rescinds and voids its April 15th, 2021 resolution that approved a service maintenance contract with Strategen, and it further resolved the town board hereby authorizes the supervisor or deputy supervisor to execute a revised agreement with Strategen, which includes a service agreement, schedule of services, and a schedule of equipment in the sum of $13,246.24.
Thank you. Can I have a motion and a second to adopt the resolution as read? I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, thank you. Clerk Potvin, can you please read the budget modification for this agreement?
Certainly can. Increasing A59 fund balance by $13,000, increasing A1650.402 security system townwide by $22,000, and decreasing A1990.400 security system townwide by $9,000.
Can I now have a motion and a second to approve the modification as read? I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, passed, thank you. Any other old business for anybody here? Anybody, Kyle?
No, I did attend the Move the Water. I did attend the Move the Watershed council meeting. This was last week, and they had somebody that gave a talk on connectivity of all the trails of all the parkland that they have gathered together through the state and other agencies, and it looks like they're in negotiation, or they have purchased a piece of property on, I guess it's Mineral Springs Road now, that would connect with the one on Smith Clove, which was the old Leone estate. And I don't know when that's actually gonna go through, but that'll all be parkland right on through there. It's quite a large area. And then I met with a group of people that were cleaning up the trees that they planted for erosion control along Loudon Creek last Saturday. It was a nice afternoon. That's all I got.
Councilman Hunter? You don't know, what's that? You do have anything, no business? Councilwoman Hernandez, do you have anything?
No
What?
No business.
No business, okay. I do have a couple of items here. I met with the office today, the town office, I was there. And in our aid budget, I just want to announce that we have been advised of the first 4 months of receipts, which total $157,470. Our budget is only for $250,000. If we continue on this path for the remainder of the year, we have the potential to collect $472,000, which is $222,000 more than we budgeted. So even if the trend slows down, we're in a good place to exceed the amount budgeted. That was the A fund. For the B fund, we did some checking on that, and the sales tax is looking good based on comparison of the first quarter of the last 3 years, not just last year. If this continues at the rate, we have the potential to exceed the $771,000 in the budget, and we're expecting to possibly go over $900,000. So that's for the B fund, that was good. And also, I'm happy to share that the town has been notified that the state is moving forward with processing grants. Supervisor Palermo completed the grantee questionnaire on Monday, and both Frank and I have signed and submitted electronically to the state. This is part of the process, moving forward with the approved state grant of $300,000 for the renovations for the town of Woodbury Justice Court. So those are three positive things that we have going for us at this time. Okay, with that being said, I'm gonna move on to board comments.
I guess I already made one.
You made yours? You good? That's enough.
So, looks like we're gonna have a Memorial Day parade this year. If you can't participate in, any particular group, then if you can spend a few minutes and view it anyway. I know it means a lot to people who march to have a nice crowd, and we all need to take a few moments to remember those who gave their lives to the country. So try to get out and view it anyway. Also, Mother's Day's coming up, so happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, Bob. All right, I just wanted to just remind the community that this Monday we have our Climate Smart Community Task Force Initiative for composting. We're going to be at the Parks Pavilion, and we will be doing activities for the children, teaching them how to do composting and small composting kits. So we invite this Monday at 7 o'clock at the pavilion to join us. Bring your children. And I know it's kind of late, but the light is still light out, so we're hoping that people will come out and support that. I agree. I would like to. Today is National Nurse Day. My grandmother was a nurse. My sister is a nurse. My daughter wants to be a nurse. So, I congratulate all of those nurses that worked so hard during COVID and over the past year, who comfort us and care for us, more so than sometimes the doctors. So I want to thank them for the work that they do. I also want to acknowledge all of the community members that continue to work hard in the community, who are doing beautiful things to help our community. I just want to acknowledge the hard work because it does make a difference, and I thank you for that. The other item that I wanted to just, as a reminder, is actually not a reminder. I just wanted to also thank Village Trustee Tara Burek and Neil Kraus, who completed the CES application, which is a grant application to obtain training for individuals who are involved with the Climate Smart community activities. So we did reach out to each other, and she was able to include the town in that application. So I really appreciate the camaraderie with Tara in making that happen. So we're looking forward to receiving grants on both the village and the town. We'll have representatives who will be trained if we get the grant, and it will hopefully bring grant money to both the village and the town. So I want to thank Tara for that. And that's it. And I just want to say, Rob Beckley, he's been with the town for numerous years and has been a wonderful asset to the town. And I'm so saddened to hear that he is not going to be with us. And I wish him well in his future. And he has lots of plans with his son, and I wish him well. And Angelina Padilla, I remember her just as a high school student working in the courthouse upstairs, and she's just full of energy, always just so responsible, and I'm just very happy that she's pursuing her dreams. So I wish them both lots of love.
Okay, I'll be very quick tonight with, everything that I said tonight. I just want to also, mention Rob Beckley. The work he does is, he's gifted. He's very talented in the work he does. I wish him the best. I think he's, gonna do very well in whatever he chooses to do. He's just a terrific person also, so good luck to him. I'd also like to mention Eileen Sutherland, the work that she does in the office, along with everyone else, but the time and effort she puts in to always watch these numbers for us, it's just phenomenal, and I want to thank Eileen specifically tonight for that. And also, happy Mother's Day to everyone this Sunday. Okay, so I'll move on. Joe from the park, do you have anything you'd like to say?
I think Joe wants to go first here.
Joe wants to go first, I'll let him.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy
Okay.
Supervisor.
You're welcome.
I would be remiss if I did not congratulate Desiree Ponton on her wonderful award. I second all the wonderful things that everybody said about Desiree tonight. We all know that they're true. I'm now in my 12th year with the town. So Desiree and I met 12 years ago, and she's taught me everything I know.
About joining the retirement. Yes. About joining the retirement system.
And it's a pleasure working with Desiree. And I don't know what the state association was thinking. She should have won this thing 5 times already.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
You're up, Joe.
Thank you, Joe, you're up.
Make it cry more. For probably the 20th time, congratulations again, okay? Because I'm right next door to you, so I see you every day. So congratulations, you do deserve it. A couple announcements. Park is open, as you see, security's on duty, so the park is open. We open the reservoir for swimming on Memorial Day weekend. The paperwork's up at the county. They come down, they'll give an inspection. We're gonna pass with flying colors usually, and probably gonna do it again. And so we'll be ready for Memorial Day weekend. And another announcement I have is that we will have camp this year, okay? I know things were back and forth over the weekend about camp and this and that. We still do not have guidelines from the health department. So we are going by the CDC guidelines. The health department has said probably in a week or so we should have their guidelines. I'm anticipating it'll be about the same. So we're already moving forward with camp. Paperwork should be probably early next week. It'll be on the website. People can start signing up. We're having interviews for camp counselors this weekend. So we are moving forward. So it'll be on the website starting next week. You guys can, whoever wants to come to camp can sign up and everything will be there. But again, we are moving forward with camp. It's 8 weeks. It'll be from July 5th to August 20th, 7 weeks, July 5th to August 20th. So again, we're moving forward. It'll be a little different, but I think we can do it. And with the help of everybody, it should go pretty smooth. So that's one of the things.
Joe, is the plan for 2 sessions? Or is it 7?
You can go for 4 weeks, 3 weeks, a week, 2 weeks, but usually a lot of people sign up for 4 weeks, but this year could be a little different. So, but again, a lot of people have been calling. I just want everybody to know camp is going, and just bear with us. In a couple more days, we'll have it out there, and you can start signing up. So that's all I got.
Thanks, Joe. Maria, do you have anything you'd like to add from the beautification committee?
Nothing tonight. Thank you.
And finally, we'll finish with Desiree Kirkpatrick. How can we let you leave without
This is fun. I have to take this off, this is gonna be hard. There are 933 towns in the state of New York, and I'm honored to work in the office of the Woodbury Town Clerk since April of 1997. In January of 1999, the then town board, consisting of Joan Caruso, Frank Palermo, John Kellerman, James Galvin, and Lorraine McNeil, appointed me to fill the vacant seat at that time. There are some people in Woodbury that I'd like to recognize and thank for helping me become the town clerk that I am today. Sadly, some are no longer with us, and of course I can't name everybody because we would be here all night. I'd like to start by naming each of the town supervisors that I've had the honor to work with. Joan Caruso, Jay Gubernick, Theodore Jones, Sheila Conroy, John Burke, Ralph Caruso, David Sutz, and Frank Palermo. I'd like to recognize some of the town board members, not all of them because there were a lot, but there were some that I actually had the honor to work very closely with on various projects during the 24 years that I've been town clerk. Cindy Pfeiffer Hauser, Dean Rothstein, James Galvin, John Kalman, Frank Palermo, Lorraine McNeil, Geraldine Gianzaro, James Skoufis, Jacqueline Hernandez, Robert Hunter, and Tom Burke. Tyler, we haven't worked on anything yet.
No,
but
no.
maybe one day we will. I also want to recognize past and current consultants that have provided me with so much education over the years. Dennis Lindsay, Sean Hoffman, Thomas Egan, James Loeb, Richard LeBerth, Kelly Naughton, Richard Golden, and Joseph McKay. There are a number of people I do need to name, not as many as I should, but I just want to highlight a few that have impacted me the years of my life. Remembering when I started this job, I was just 23 years old. My predecessor, Kathleen Losey, Eileen, Maxine, Laura, Alice, Carol, Patty, Teddy Jones, Artie Abbott, Bobby Kukowski, Michael Geronda, Sergeant Crusoe, Lieutenant Phillips and Chief Watson, Michael Kling, Christopher Redmond, Eddie Smith, Christopher Burke, Pat and Donnie Brizola, Neil and Robin Krause, Sandra Capriglione, Andrew Giacomazza, Mayor Timothy Egan, Thomas Flood, Mickey, Jason, Betty, Pete Stabile, Leslie Rose, the McGroders, Pam, John Smith, Ryan, the crew at SSQ, Sherry, Dottie, Mike Queenan, Gary Thomasberger, Rob White, Joseph Giuliozero, Maria Hunter, and of course my mom, Carol. There are a couple of people who are no longer here. George Wyatt, Jack Taylor, Fred Adams, John Burke, and William McLennan. My past deputies, which have not been many because they've all stayed for quite some time, or got stolen from me by the building department. Susan Verana, Stephanie Ross, Maria Rubio, Barry and Zapaldo, and Michelle Zwicker. A very special and super big thank you to Francis Wong, Tracy Maggio, Jessica and Claudia for always being there for me and helping me with everything that I do. Without the four of you, I could not do what I do and be who I am. And thank you to everybody. And I am humbled and overwhelmed by being honored by the New York State Town Clerks Association as their 2021 Town Clerk of the Year. Thank you.
Okay, so with no further business, I'll make a motion, and then can I get a second to adjourn the meeting?
Jesus.
Oh,
sorry.
You're crying too?
Sorry. No.
We're emotional, Desiree.
All in favor? I'd just like to announce that the board is going to be meeting with Attorney McKay in attorney-client session after adjournment. So thank you very much and good night.